Hi, friends. All right. We are live, and I want to welcome you here today to talk about why stay strong. How are you feeling about yourself these days? Are you feeling strong? Are you doing something each and every day? So, I've been doing this 21-day strength training competition with myself. I think I'm the only one doing it. Actually, I've had a few people say they were doing a few things. But for me to create a new habit, I need to gamify it, and that's really an important aspect of changing a habit or creating a new one, is to make it fun. So today, I just wanted to talk about this essential ingredient to joyful aging, because when we remain strong, we can move into this place of confidence and ease and resilience in all that we do. So especially over the age of 50, something happens. I'm going to tell you about that. So whether you've been putting off your strength training, I know I was. That's why I chose to create the 21-day strength challenge. I kept thinking about doing it, but I wasn't doing it. I wasn't every day doing something to get stronger. I was feeling strong, but there were times when I knew that I needed to actually up my level a bit. Do you feel that way? So, this conversation is meant to inspire you and empower you to take care of yourself. And I would love to hear in this feed what you're doing to stay strong or what you want to do. And I'll tell you more about the how we can do that together at the end of this little talk, which is just going to be about 5 minutes, maybe less. So the truth is, staying strong really needs to be a non-negotiable. Put it right that up there at the top of our priorities in our everyday life. Oh, check my internet connection. Well, we'll see what happens. It's been 2 minutes and let's get going here. So, if we want to age with vitality, I do, and grace, yes, please. I want to dive into these top 3 reasons why strength training matters now more than ever. Well, after the age of 50, I kind of think 45 is when we go in one direction or the other towards wellness, strength, and comfort in our bodies or away from it. So let's go towards that sense of strength and connection. So, number one, top reason for women over 50 to stay strong is called muscle loss prevention. It's known as sarcopenia. So after 50, we naturally start losing muscle fiber, especially the fast twitch muscle fiber, which is the bulky muscles. So we lose our bulk and we lose that strength if we're not actively maintaining it. So we can also rebuild muscle if we find ourselves in a place where we haven't been building. So don't let that fallacy of, oh, you can't gain muscle after a certain age. That is incorrect. We can always gain more strength. So if you do lose that strength, it's going to lead to weakness and instability. Also, your metabolism slows down. And of course, there's that risk of falling because our balance is going to be off and then you can break something. So, this is a very common accident that happens in people that are aging because they're not maintaining their strength. So, strength training is the antidote to feeling stable on your own 2 feet. It's also something that's going to maintain the strength of our bones, as you know, and it's going to support a sense of graceful aging. And that's what I'm all about. I think you are too. That's why we're in this together. So, number 2 is stay independent and capable. Kind of has a lot to do with what I just talked about. So, strength equals freedom. And I just went on a camping trip and I easily hauled 6 loads of bins back and forth from the car to our camp, which was not right next to the car. And it felt great to be able to carry everything on my own and move around in the land. It just really gives us that opportunity to be independent. And yes, it's nice to ask for help when we need it, but it's also wonderful to be able to take care of ourselves, especially if you are a single woman living alone like me. Any single women living alone out there? I love it, and I want to make sure I can take care of myself, especially out here in the land that I live in, all alone in nature. So, also think about just the simple things like climbing stairs, playing with your grandkids, getting down on the ground, rolling around, getting up off the floor without grunting. So here's a story. When I had when my hip was deteriorating, It was getting bone spurs. And before I got my new hip replacement, there was a lot of weakness that set in. And I actually lost a lot of weight. I told the doctor when I went in once to get weighed, I'm like, I think your scale's broken, because I was so underweight, because my muscles were dissolving because I wasn't able to exercise with that hip pain. So, new hip in place, definitely had a weakness. I had to rebuild that strength, and I could not get up and down from the floor without using my hands. Now, those of you that have worked with me know that I've always said that's a sign of healthy aging, when you can get up off the floor and back down, no hands. So there I was. I couldn't do it anymore. I thought, oh, wow, okay, I lost that opportunity. However, I also got really motivated in the last year, probably a year ago, and I downloaded a strength training program, this really young buck that I was following, not doing everything he suggested, because he was like probably 30 something and I was 60 something. But I did all I could. I was just doing his strength training, just half an hour a day like I am now. And one day, without even thinking about it, I just stood up with no hands. And then I caught myself. I was like, oh my God, I did it. And so I sat back down and I did it again, up and down, no hands. So once more, I returned to that ability. And the reason it happened without even trying was just because I rebuilt my strength. So try it today. Can you get up and down from the floor without your hands? Now, there's a couple different ways you can do that with your legs, but just see if you can do that. And you can work on your strength, and maybe that will return to you as well if it's not possible right now. So that's a very important aspect. And then we just feel more confident. When we feel confident in our body, then we enjoy our everyday life. When we lessen our fears, and we have more of an opportunity to be adventurous. So that's very, very important to me, and I think you as well, right? Strong, independent women. That's who I like to connect with. So let me know if you're one of them. And then finally, it boosts our metabolism. Tip number 3, it boosts our metabolism and helps balance our hormones. So of course, once we're in menopause, our hormones basically kind of take a vacation. They kind of leave the residence, and we have a very, our hormones are off. I've done a little hormone replacement. That's another subject. But basically, I'm back to just me. I didn't really like what they did to me. And so I'm just saying that when you exercise, so you chose exercise instead of hormone replacement, and that building of the muscle helps our hormones balance more fully. Okay, it helps us sleep better, it increases our appetite, and it heightens our metabolism. So muscle burns fat. So if you build your muscle, you're going to have a better opportunity to maintain the weight that you prefer. So who here is struggling with weight, whether you're underweight or overweight? But a lot of women, of course, once we go into menopause, start to add weight into their body, especially belly fat. And so it's really important that strength training be a part of your regime, because it will help with regulating your blood sugar, and it will help reduce that belly fat. Really. And then the last but not least is my favorite. It's part of this third one, where when your metabolism increases and your hormones are more balanced, you're going to have more energy. You have better energy. Your mood's going to be uplifted, right? And you're also going to sleep better, which also increases your mood. And this is done naturally. So if you create this cycle of strength, here's this cycle. You build strength, you get more energy. That means you're going to be more motivated, and that helps you continue to build that strength. So strength, energy equals motivation, getting you back to your strength. So those are the aspects of strength training that I hope inspire you to join me in my 21-day. You can start anytime. It's not like I'm going to stop after 21 days. It's actually been 29 because I missed my 15th day, so I started over again. And once I hit day 21, I'll figure out how I'm going to motivate myself again. We all need motivation. Doing this together is the number one motivator. So if you would like to let me know in this thread what you're doing or want to do to build your strength, let me know. And it doesn't take much, really. 10 minutes at a shot, 30 minutes a day make a big difference. So I'll be sharing with you some more specifics on what to do if you need some help, you need some support, you need some information on where you buy my TRX and what kind of bands do I use and what are we going to work out with today. So let's work together on maintaining, enhancing our precious human body with strength and, of course, that sense of ease. So thanks for listening today. I hope that you will consider this opportunity of a little bit of a challenge to build your muscles, to give you daily freedom and independence, to balance out your precious human body. Those are powerful reasons to make strength training a part of your life. And it really doesn't have to be complicated. You've seen how many ways I've been building my strength if you've watched my videos. And, 30 intentional minutes a day can shift your energy, your health, and your outlook on life. So take time for yourself and your health, honor your body, protect your future, and celebrate yourself. All right? So let me know in the comments what's one small way that you'll commit to building your strength this week. You got this, and I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. All right, ladies, thanks so much for being in this group of Simple Soulful Circle.